Our launch of the league this year has been fantastic. I mean, 2019 was our inaugural season. We saw a number of firsts as we went throughout the year. Obviously, it started with great partners like Macron and Media Pro, but we saw so many good things, and supporters have been great. I like to characterize it as we had a great start. It doesn't mean that we don't have to do better next year, but being here with our partners at Macron and working through the new kits for 2021 now, because 2020 we've already have done. We know these are the right things to do to keep people impressed and interested in the game. The supporters have been fantastic. I mean, the amount of jerseys that you see when you walk into a game, you don't expect that in a first year league. So we saw a lot of that. The other thing is we had tremendous response when we dropped the jerseys and showing everyone what was there. They were not expecting that. They thought they were very creative, unique, the way they were built and themed. People were very, very excited about it. I think that comes only with Macron. And so the ability to be able to sit with our partners and work with them and really work hand in hand on it, it gives you ownership, and you can't blame anybody if it doesn't work. You have to blame yourself. You have to look in the mirror. And so I think it's very important that we do this process and that we work together. And I think there's so much more we can do together as we move forward. It's very innovative, and again, Canadians have been fantastic. The other thing that surprised me is that some of the big leagues around the world, especially in Europe, they're asking about our kits all the time. The clubs are asking about them, and so are the leagues, and they're quite impressed with what we've done so far. The biggest challenge we had last year was just, in your first year, you don't realize the amount of effort that has to go into it. It's constantly, everything's new. And you're building everything from scratch, up from the ground up. And it's not for one club, it was for 7 clubs. So, a perfect example, and I use this as an example all the time, building a schedule and not understanding how CONCACAF and the Canadian Championships and the regular league and then, of course, the finals, how that builds into a team and what it does to their psyche, but also to their stamina and being able to play at that level. We push teams a long way. For example, Halifax HFX Wanderers, they traveled over 100,000 air miles last year. I would think it was close to 120,000 at the end of the year. That's tolling. It takes a toll on a team, right? So that's probably the biggest part. Having said all that, in unbelievable following in Canada, we're everybody's hero. Everybody, just like the Macron hero, everybody's hero. But the reality is we see that, and we understand that last year we were their hero. They've been very supportive of us. But next year, as we go into this second season, they've earned the right to be a critic too. So they won't give us as much forgiveness as you would expect. But we're up for the challenge. Well, I think you're going to see some new things. You're definitely going to see some expansion, which is probably one of the last questions that we have to answer as a league. I think you're going to see the game and how we play the game go up a few steps as well. So we're obviously working on the how the game is played and the tactics and everything else. And so the players and the clubs are they're a year older. And so they're just better at what they do. And they're in learning mode, and that's good. They need to be in learning mode because we need to be better every single day.